Yeah, just to continue on from the last video. So we've worked out it's 70 to the middle and 98 up for the height. So we can do a line. Lines will help us for these things. When we find out distances, we use a line. So from the center, we worked out it's 70 across. So we type 70 and press enter. And we press enter again, and that finalizes that line. Okay, so there's that line. And then we press line from the end point. So we move it and we get that square and it says end point. And it's important that you go up first, right? You just go up a little bit so that you're telling the software where the line should go, like what direction it goes in. And then we know it's 98 because of this, okay? We're going 98 up, so we press 98, enter. And that's it. That's where that circle goes, right at that end point, right? So it's a diameter, so we can click that for the diameter, end point. And what's the diameter again? So remember, we look at where the arrow is pointing. The arrow is pointing for that little circle, diameter 40. So now we tell it 40. Enter. There we have it. We're going to do another one for the bigger one on the outside. Diameter of 60, because the arrow points right there, okay? Right, so we're going to use the same point. So if it says center or end point, either or, that's fine. And remember, we said diameter of 60. Press enter. And then, like before, if we use eraser, because we actually don't want these lines were only telling us where to put the circles. And then we press enter. So the lines are gone. So now we have this circle, and this circle. Okay. So what I want to do next is get that curve and that curve, because then we have half of it done. Right? So remember, fillet. You're used to using this, you've used it a few times now, so fillet. And then remember, you go down, after you click fillet, you go to radius, because you need to tell it what radius you're using. And it tells you here, because you have that curve, and look, this arrow is pointing to that curve. Right, so that's telling us R80. So it's telling us that curve, we need a radius of 80. So remember, we're telling the software what radius it is, and it's 80. So we press 80, enter. And because we're going to do that curve and then we're going to do that curve, and they're both the same, they're both radius of 80, so we can use the same curve. So we're going to do multiple, because we're doing multiple curves. Okay, so then remember, you click this circle and then this circle. Oh, I missed it there. And then this circle and this circle. And now we have those two curves. So because we have half of it done, right, and both sides are the same, when both sides are the same and we have one side done, then we can go up here to this one, and it says mirror, because they're mirrors of each other. Okay, and we can select we can select all the objects like this, all the objects, so every line. Okay, and then we press enter. Okay, so what comes up then is it tells you sorry, it tells you the first point of the mirror line. This doesn't matter a whole lot, Okay, you just go and find a circle center and click it, and then you get this. Look, you get this. This is the mirror. So you have to tell the software where to put it. So we want it exactly opposite. Okay, so we move it down until it locks, and it locks exactly opposite like that. See, and then we press enter. Oh no, I think sorry, we don't press enter. We click, and then we press enter. So that's basically it done, except for this last curve here. And it doesn't actually tell us what the radius is, and it should. I think that's a mistake. But I think we're supposed to assume it's radius of 80, because that's radius 80, and that's radius 80, and that's radius 80. So I think we have to assume it's radius 80. So, but that's a small mistake, I think. But it's another curve, so we use fillet for these curves. And is radius already selected? So we do radius of 80. So we're pressing 80 and enter. And then we're selecting the two circles. And enter. And that's it. That's the whole thing done. Normally we would check to see if we need to trim anything. So if any of the circles cut off at any point, we would trim. But on this one, the circles are full circles. None of them get cut off. So we leave it. So that's it.